Hello, and welcome to the Walpole Business Spotlight Show, brought to you through the efforts of the Walpole Chamber of Commerce and Walpole Community Television. My name's Harry Brusades, and I'm the host of the show, and I'm the president of the Walpole Chamber of Commerce as well. So our guests today are the new owners of the new revised great restaurant in Walpole, the Patriot Tavern. Please welcome Steve and Nora Hickson.
Oh, hi.
Thank you for coming today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So, I can't tell you how glad we are in Walpole to have that restaurant back.
Thank you.
And that saloon or bar back. It's just a great location and a great spot, and it's got some great history. So we're really looking forward to having that all reinvigorated and just a great spot for people to meet and hang out and have fun. So basically what we do on the show is to get to know sales professionals and business owners so our community can get to know you and your restaurant and your location so they can make great buying decisions and tell others about your business so your business can expand as well. So let's get to know a little bit more about you guys. So I'll start with Nora.
Yeah.
Nora, so you guys originally come from Rhode Island?
Originally, I'm from Dorchester.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. All right.
But we got married, we moved to Rhode Island,
Okay.
North Providence. Yeah, we were there for about 16 years.
And how long you guys been married for?
16 years.
Very nice. And you've got how many children?
5.
Wow, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, it's a big house. It's a big family.
Sure. And you got grandchildren?
I have 4 grandchildren, love of my life.
Absolutely
Yeah,
awesome.
all of them.
Excellent. So you born in Dorchester, then moved to Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, yourself, where were you born?
Brockton.
Okay.
Yep. And then met Nora, and she had 4 kids. I was a young guy then, and we got together and been together 20 years now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very nice. So let's go into a little bit of your background as far as your work experience.
Sure.
Steve, we'll go with you. You've had some extensive restaurant experience. Tell us when you started and where and how we've got to this place.
Well, the first restaurant I ever managed was a Sidelines restaurant in Brockton. It was a huge staple for a while, owned by George Carney, who owns the Raynham Dog Track.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I worked there as I was 20 years old, and it was a great experience. And from there, I went to many different other smaller restaurants, jumped around a little bit, and then I ended up at the Hearth and Kettle, which is based on the Cape. But they opened up a couple different restaurants, and I managed for them for 16 years. I have also had some of my own businesses. I've had my own catering business on the side, and as Nora will talk about, we also have done culinary programs for behavioral schools that Nora has got me started with. So I've had my hand in having my own businesses on the side in addition to running restaurants at the same time.
Very nice. So in the Hearth and Kettle, I think I used to go to one in Hyannis.
Yes.
Or past Hyannis, maybe
Yes.
Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
There's one, not Dennis, but it's in Yarmouth and Orleans.
Oh, Yarmouth is the one I've gone
Yarmouth
to a
and
lot.
Orleans, yeah.
Great place. So as far as your experience within those restaurants, it was more about a managerial role and working with the staff and keeping everybody happy?
Yeah, I was the general manager. We did breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Our clientele were people who known the Hearth and Kettle brand for years. So it was families upon families coming in. And I really liked that atmosphere of, when we would come in, they would tell a story. My mom went here, my dad proposed here, my grandparents took me here when I was little, and so many great stories. And I always wanted to, I love that texture to that restaurant. So when we went to the Patriot Tavern, one reason why I never changed the name and I kept the Patriot Tavern is I love to hear the stories of people who have kept the Patriot Tavern going,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's one of the reasons why we never changed the name. I just love the stories and the history of people coming in and telling their story, and that's
Sure.
that's why I love the Hearth and Kettle, and
Yeah.
that's why we kept the Patriot Tavern. The
Sure,
same name.
both with great histories.
Yeah.
So Nora, tell me a little bit about, again, where you come from, I guess, on the business sense, what you've been doing prior to this.
So I work with special needs kids. That's
Wow.
what I do.
Okay.
And when we lived in Rhode Island, I worked at a school that mostly behavioral, some emotionally disabled children, mostly high schoolers, some middle schoolers. And they needed a skill. They needed to learn a skill. And where we were located, there was a commercial kitchen. And no one ever used it. It was empty. And with him being in the restaurant business for as long as he was, I knew I could get him to open it for me. So I did. I convinced him that I really needed it. The kids really needed it to learn a skill. So he worked really hard at it, got it open. We had so many kids go through the program and earn their Serve Safe certificate and end up working in restaurants. It was a very successful program for a long time. Unfortunately, the school administration changed and they didn't want to keep it on for whatever reason. So we moved on. But we still work with a school in Massachusetts, High Road School in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And we have a culinary program there right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Where is that located?
East Bridgewater.
East Bridgewater.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
And I do believe that the school that I did work at is still interested in coming back and doing some more culinary stuff with their kids.
That's awesome. I mean, as great as the business experience may be and success may be, giving back to people like that, especially the kids, must be so rewarding.
One program we did, Harry, was called Meals from the Heart. It's one of my favorite programs. What we did was we had the kitchen open up, and we were cooking every day, but we're like, what are we cooking for? Who are we cooking for? So one day I'm like, you know what, we could really do, you've heard of Meals on Wheels.
Yes.
So what we were looking to do is we created Meals from the Heart. And what it was we created food that was restaurant quality, but were low in sodium. We had a certified chef on. We had low in sodium, a lot of dietary needs, and we created a menu based off of that. And so the students would come in with that chef. We taught them how to cook all these different kind of foods that were more healthy for you, more health conscious for you, and then we sold them to the elderly at $5 at cost, so that they could. And when we delivered the food, so we hired all these different students, and it was a great program. It went from doing like 20 meals a week. We were at the end. We were doing $3,000 a month in $5 meals, which was really incredible.
And the students got in on all of that, whether
Right.
it was ordering or preparing the meals, packaging the meals, delivering the meals. They got in every aspect of it, and it was great for them because they could now say that they have experience in all aspects, even delivering food.
I would love to do something like that again.
Yeah,
but
that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you had some of the kids check back in with you that have been working in success?
My first two phone calls on Thanksgiving were two former students calling me to wish me a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
They're both working restaurants. They're doing very well. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, again, just trying to follow the path, and I'm very interested in it. Two people from Rhode Island in the food business. Why Patriot Tavern? You alluded a little bit to it, but as far as the location being completely away from you guys, what made? Let's talk a little bit more about why that was the right spot. I mean, because did you really know the history of the Patriot Tavern when you made the call, or?
No, we didn't. It was
Mm-hmm.
Nora's, actually, who got us interested in it. It was Nora's brother-in-law. His name's Tom Donnelly. He's into construction, and he knew the owner, who at the time was Tom Garrity, and who lives in right around the corner from the Patriot Tavern. And they were friends, and so we ended up, Tom ended up buying it, and then he brought me in, and we designed it, and Nora helped, we all input it, and the construction company was amazing, and that's how we got started, and from there it just took on a life of its own.
Excellent. So just to point out that getting started point, we found that a lot of the work that the Chamber of Commerce has been doing locally has really started to also enhance or help the town when it comes to new businesses. And we always ask anybody that's coming to town or trying to start a new business to reach out to the Chamber of Commerce or the Economic Development Committee so we can be their advocate when we do go to town hall and try to make sure that the process can be as seamless as possible. And I believe you've said you had a good experience
Very good.
with the town and everything
Yeah.
that had to be done, because that was an old building. So let's talk about that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think a lot of us that remember the Patriot Tavern know that it had gone in somewhat disarray, and it was a very small restaurant inside, if not even a restaurant. The kitchen wasn't even being used. So let's talk about what it used to be and what it is today now.
Okay. Well, like you said, the kitchen wasn't in use. They had, what would you say, about 20 by 30? Well, how big is that little bar? It's, but the bar itself, we try to use as much as material as we could from the old. The bar being as an original from Brighton, Mass, and it's been there forever. And what we did was remodeled that. Then we did the walls and did everything all over again. We opened up the whole, these 2 other rooms that were not in use, in addition to the kitchen. And we use those for now a dining room. So there's a medium dining room, and there's a step-down dining room that goes even further. So there was a lot of room for expanding. We probably doubled in size from what it was before. Utilized the kitchen, put in a new pizza oven, fryer later, a charbroiler, which is my favorite, and a line. And so in addition to probably doubling, maybe even tripling in size and as far as usable space, we redid the whole thing all over again. So it's top of the line, 9 TVs, nice ambiance.
I can say from my perspective, I don't mean to interrupt, but when we first went in there, it was a real guys bar.
Yes.
And when we started talking about it, I really wanted to make it more female friendly.
Soften it up a little bit.
Yeah, soften it up a little bit. Make it family friendly, really,
Yes,
was what it was.
Yeah.
We wanted families to come in. And when you have the history that it's had, it didn't really have that family feel. I was a little concerned that we weren't going to be able to do it, but I think we've done an okay job.
What would you say, what's the total seating capacity now?
60, 61, 62.
Okay.
We thought we'd keep it.
And that
to-
includes the bar side?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, if anybody hasn't been there yet, number one, what they can do is go to your website, which is patriottavern.net.
Yes.
Okay. And check out all the photos that are available there, or you can just Google Patriot Tavern, and through Google there are a bunch of photos that are available as
Right.
well. And it basically shows all the extensive work that you've done. And I would say, again, because it was in disarray and wasn't really open at the time, if that was a rating of 1, I would say it's close to a 10. It's beautiful in there.
Thank you.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Definitely has nice space as far as movement around the bar. Again, I've been maybe 3 or 4 times already. We hosted a grand opening and ribbon cutting through the chamber with you guys.
Yep.
That was a great night. I've been back with my wife and 2 kids, and it was during a Patriots game, and great viewing as far as you could always see a TV.
Yep.
And I had a great time. And again,
Yeah.
it's very clean. The staff is great. So as far as staff goes, let's talk a little bit about, is there a head chef or is there a head cook? Or
The head chef is James Knight. He's been in many different restaurants. We've also worked together at the Hearth and Kettle. So that's where I originally met him. He was with the Kettle off and on myself. We're mostly breakfast guys, where we come from, in addition to lunch and dinner and seafood. But we learned a lot about breakfast through the Hearth and Kettle. So we would like to bring that, the chef wants to bring that into the Patriot Tavern. He has extensive history in seafood, and he's been with Meadowbrook, which is in Hanson, I believe, and there's another Italian restaurant that he's from. So he's had a lot of different training, in addition to being a manager and a bartender at different locations as well. So we're all kind of cross-trained on many different aspects of the business. And I also have a lot of staff that has come with me from the Hearth and Kettle that have been working with both places, like myself, for a long time. And just a really solid core group of people that have been instrumental at making the Patriot Tavern go from the beginning. And we create like a family type atmosphere within our management group, so.
Awesome. Now, do you guys have distinct roles, or is it dual roles? You're both doing whatever you need to do?
No, we have distinct roles.
Yeah, we do.
She's the social media person, which I am not good with a computer. And I'm the numbers guy.
All right.
Yeah, that's kind of what we try to, we both run the dining room.
Okay. So just to make sure everybody knows, the location, if you don't know, is 100 Main Street, correct?
Correct.
In Walpole. So it's going down 1A towards Norwood, just before the Norwood line.
Yeah.
On the left. You'll see it. Can't miss it. Now, as far as parking as well, you've been able to add a number of spots for parking. Is there any other available parking off-street or anything like that there?
There is behind the building.
Okay.
What happened originally is it was all dirt. And one of the things that most of the neighbors have said, because a lot of neighbors have come in, is that, oh my God, I can't believe you paved that parking lot. That's so awesome. And that was been like one of the biggest godsend things. So we created 22 spots in the front, and then we have multiple parking spots in the back. I think it's up to 6 or 7.
Okay.
So we have parking for 30.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I think we talked about there's a little bit more space if you needed to expand
Yes.
to the right.
Yep.
Excellent. And hopefully the infrastructure is coming soon, by the way. There's supposed to be a light there.
Yeah, I would love that.
Oh, that would be
it's
wonderful.
safer for everybody.
I would say so. That's always been a dangerous corner. But now people can slow down and either go to your restaurant
Yep.
because they're slowing down there, or just slow down and wave. So, let's talk about hours of operation. Now, from my understanding, it was going to be more of a early dinner and then evening and a bar.
Right.
And have you started the lunch now, full time?
We have.
Okay.
I got a lunch menu with me.
Okay.
We run lunch at 12 o'clock every day.
Okay.
We run specials for the seniors. They run $11.99. They include soup, or salad, or chowder with entrees and dessert for
Very nice.
$11.99. It's a good price.
Excellent.
So it's a combo meal.
You getting the buses from New Pond Village?
Yes,
coming
they
in?
came the first time a couple weeks ago, and there was 30 of them. They all had a blast. It was a little tricky getting 30 meals out from that little kitchen at once, but they were amazing, and I think they'll be back. We had a real fun time.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a member of the chamber, and we've had them on this show.
yeah,
So great people over there.
yeah, they are.
So you also talked to me about potential brunch and your expertise being breakfast. Has that started yet, or is that going to
Nope.
be?
First, we're going to do an employee appreciation day for the employees, and if anyone from the chamber wants to come, you're all more than welcome. We're doing a soft opening.
Just chamber people.
Just chamber people on December 11th.
I think it
Yep,
is,
at
yeah.
9 a.m. We're just doing a soft opening breakfast.
That's a Sunday?
That's
the
a
11th?
Sunday, yep.
Okay.
We just, and we wanted to appreciate our employees that day, so that we're having them come in and serving them, Stephen
Okay.
and I, yeah.
You mentioned a lot of your employees that you had known. Are you also still hiring, in case anybody's inquiring about that?
Right now, no, not
Okay.
really. We're
Awesome.
we have a pretty good staff that we're very proud of, and they all come from management. A lot of them come from management and different restaurants in this area, and we were just blessed to be able to have them come in and having to hire them.
Okay.
So luck.
So let's get into the most important thing, which is the food and the drink.
Sure.
All right. We'll start with the drink. What do we need to know that's anything different than your normal bar? Bud Light and vodka tonic. What's different?
I like to keep the local breweries. Some of the IPAs I have are Mayflower, which is out of Plymouth. We do a local Irish whiskey, which is out of Easton, which is named Leprechaun. We also have used Castle Island, which is a Norwood local distributor. I just like to use the local beers and work with business within our own community, which is really important to me. We have 7 drafts, Guinness being the most popular. We have a great selection of wines. La Crema, Chardonnay is some of the most popular. in addition to Kendall Jackson.
St. Michelle's a big.
St. Michelle's and other. So we have a very diverse wine selection that's done by James, Nora, and myself. Nora being the wine connoisseur in the group. And we like to keep the products and everything local. So yeah, I think that's the most important thing, using local distribute.
And what time do you guys stay open till?
Because we've always had an eye towards breakfast, we never really planned to stay open that late. Because we plan on opening on at 8 o'clock eventually when we get breakfast going. So we stay open till 9 o'clock the kitchen and 10 o'clock the bar during the week. And then 10 o'clock kitchen, 11 o'clock the bar on the weekends. I can see us eventually opening on for karaoke again. People have always been asking about that, the karaoke, and we'll get back to that in the beginning. I just don't want to, I want to build the restaurant and have a solid foundation.
When you say get back to that, what, there used to be karaoke up there?
Oh, karaoke definitely was a popular thing on Friday nights.
At the
Patriot Tavern.
Yeah, so
Okay.
many people have brought it up.
Yeah, there's
They can't
a
wait.
group of
They're still around drinking?
They're still
They
ready to
can't
go.
wait.
Yeah,
They
they're ready
can't
to
wait.
go.
They want to start singing.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I have some different ideas and different takes
Yep.
on what we're going to do, but I think that to bring that back to the community, and we'll eventually get there. But first, I wanted to really get my restaurant down and get my kitchen down, and
Sure.
before I rolled anything else out.
Now, what can you go to? I mean, my assumption is that last call for most places is 12:30 around here. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I would stay open maybe an hour later. That's really would be what I would.
What,
be
till like 12 or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I would.
Yep.
Again, because we're going to be opening so early.
Early, right.
Yeah, and the breakfast that we're rolling out is going to be amazing. Because, like I said, we're breakfast guys.
Mm-hmm.
We have nothing but the finest quality of meat, eggs, and all that. So.
Okay. So let's take a look at the menu.
Sure.
I've been there a couple times now, but I'm not a smart eater, so I don't know really what I'm supposed to be ordering or eating.
Yep.
So, I mean, my favorite so far has been the chicken tenders
Yep.
with the chili sauce.
Yes, sweet
Those
chili
are
sauce.
Incredible. So, as far as appetizers go, you've got your calamari, your shrimp cocktail. I saw that looked awesome. Your wings, I love the scallops wrapped in bacon. Nachos, spinach dip, etc. What would you say is the quintessential appetizer here?
I know it's kind of, what would I say, the wording, traditional. However, the scallops and bacon just fly out the door. It's fresh scallops. We recommend a cherry wood bacon, and we use a brown sugar, and then we bake them. The chef is really he's almost like a scallop connoisseur. He knows just exactly what to cook. We don't have to overcook our scallops, and that's what makes the appetizer so good.
Okay. So as we move on to sandwiches, Nora, what do you think's your favorite here?
I would have to say the spinach, the chicken spinach sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I love that sandwich.
Very
it's
nice.
a surprise when the description of it does not match the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Let's see, what else did I see here? Patriotic meatloaf sandwich, or the Thanksgiving Patriot sandwich. Those look great.
And they are. They're good portions. Everything is made on premise. The meatloaf is homemade every other day because we run through, so we make smaller batches to keep it as fresh as possible. And the meatloaf is really extraordinary.
That's the one on the sandwich.
The sandwich and the dinner.
Right, so now as we move on to the dinners, I'm just going to go right down the list real quick. Roast turkey dinner, fish and chips, Patriot steak tips, Tavern sirloin, Mile High, patriotic meatloaf. Why is it Mile High?
Because we stack it.
Okay.
It's up there.
When you
Patriot
see it.
pot roast, maple Dijon salmon, and then we got baked haddock. So where did I meet? The meatloaf. Yeah, a bunch of people have told me the meatloaf is awesome there, and they've got it every single time. They've already got like 2 or 3 times.
They keep threatening to get the pot roast, they just never have yet. They go in and I'm getting the meatloaf again.
And then you get your kids selection as well, which is pretty standard, which is great.
Yep.
And how's it been as far as waiting times, during the busy hours?
In the beginning, we tried to take reservations on Fridays and Saturdays, and we really couldn't. It was keep up with it and hold tables, so we had to eliminate that. We take reservations during the week, but on Fridays and Saturdays, we've had to stop that practice because it has been so busy. People wanted to try us, we're new, and I think that we hope to sustain that. But right now, lunch could, we could use more business, obviously, because people don't know, and that's why we're here today, trying to get the word out to get our lunch business up. But weekends are great, busy. Right now, we've run, because we've run pretty efficiently, we run only about 15-minute, 20-minute wait on the weekends.
So the best process is to try to get in there quick, get into the bar, put your name in, grab a drink, and just wait for your name to get called.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And you brought us, I know they have a picture of that, but what's that? You got your fish tacos?
This is fish tacos. It's a lunch special that we have. It's made with tempura like haddock. It's lightly breaded. It has chipotle coleslaw in it, which is nothing more than coleslaw we make with chipotle mayo. And it has a marmalade on top with a fresh pico de gallo.
Very nice.
And that's part of the $11.99 menu. In addition to, we have steak bombs and chicken palms, and I like to keep a blend between meals, comfort food, and hearty sandwiches.
So we're going to be getting close to wrapping up. Just if you could tell me your best selection as far as meal and drink at the same time.
Oh, salmon, and I'm going to go with a glass of La Crema Chardonnay.
Very nice. Nora?
I'm gonna go with the Pinot Noir that we just got last night. Contour. It was amazing, and the baked haddock.
Very nice.
The garlic parm on top.
It's amazing.
Nice. And like I said, I'm very standard, so I'm like chicken strips, Bud Light, and I'll go with the Cape Cod.
But I think that's where we're at. I think we're a comfort food place. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. I think you guys offer cards, gift cards?
Yes, we do. Yeah,
okay.
Gift cards.
So a great spot.
We have a special for December 1st.
Yep, go ahead.
If you buy $50 worth of gift cards, you get $10 back free.
Awesome. So I don't know if the show will get out there by December 1st, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
But, for the future, anybody can stop in, grab cards for gifts for anybody, right? Right. So this is awesome. Great people, great restaurant, great food. I'm so glad you guys
Thank you so much.
have taken that over and made it such a great place. So I want to thank everyone for viewing today. The Walpole Business Spotlight Show has always been about providing information to our general public on new businesses, new owners, past owners, salespeople, you name it. So our viewers can make educated, great buying decisions, and we can help out people so everybody wins. So again, I thank you. Everybody have a great day. Be well, be safe.